Nigeria in Hope.
Welcome to Confession Tuesday. Thank you for joining me. It's 17 minutes past 2. We pick up from here down till 3 o'clock. I hope we don't get to... Okay, I have to check that though. But hopefully we get to carry on with this until 3 o'clock when I'll be saying my goodbyes. Thank you for joining me again. And Confession Tuesday is all about you and the things you have to let out, you know, from your chest, from within, from wherever you have been keeping it. Those closets, you go dust them up and let's get to talk about it. Because the truth is, this is not just a figment of my imagination. It's proven that people who keep things inside of them, you know, and try to internalize things normally risk having more high blood pressure issues, heart disease issues, and stuff like that. But when you make your heart more merry, more lighter, and all of that, I guess it goes a long way. So this is not me psyching you to talk to me. I'm just saying that it helps, especially if it is that bothersome. Okay, and it doesn't have to be that serious, though. It doesn't have to be too serious. It can be something light, funny, something that happened to you. Just want to share with us by way of just spilling it out on Confession. So that's why we're here to carry on. You can call 0700 951 0000 and 080 9597 4869 or 080 999 30137. On WhatsApp, you can send a message, type it out to me, or record a voice note. I would take voice note in the situation where you do not want to, you know, call in. And remain anonymous if that does you any good. But if you want to call your name also, I'll let you do that. So it's Confession Tuesday. Let's get started, shall we? Anything you want to confess, I'm right here. You can call the numbers or you can send your voice note and the messages, and we'll get to read that from you. Right. I think someone just sent me a message here. Okay. My ex just appeared from the blues after 2 years of breakup. She came to my office and started saying some very incoherent things that I do not even understand. And I'm a bit confused right now as to what to do. She obviously wants to get back. But Swat, this is after 2 years. What do you think I should do? 2 years of breakup and an ex comes back. Comes to the office, you said? Yes, let me see that. Okay. Yes, she comes to the office saying some incoherent things, but you think at the end of the day she wants to get back, right? So what should you do? What do you think? Do you still like her? Do you still think you want to get back? The issues that led to the breakup, has it been resolved? That's what I would always ask for people who talk about exes. If you ask my personal opinion now, let me tell you my personal thing with exes. Cut them off. Anything that has to do with relationship at that level that I used to have with them, for me, this is Swat now. But people have their different opinions. We all don't think in the same way. For me, nothing. If you talk about going back to exes, that's a no-no for me. But some people do that. I see people getting back with their exes. If it works for you, fine. But I would always ask you, have you resolved the issues? You know, the thing that led you to the breakup. Have you resolved it? Are you sure that there's going to be a difference or there's going to be a change? Or you'll just be dancing to the same tune and going around in circles again until you break up again for the second time? It's not worth it, some things. I'm telling you, some things, they're not just worth it unless you're very sure that maybe the breakup was not something that was deliberate. It was not based on deep-rooted issues. It was just something that happened. Maybe I hear some people's stories of how time, like the other guy, Tahir was telling about a girl that they fancied each other, blah, 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 blah. Even though in his own case, he was not even dating her, but they just lost contact. So some people can lose contact and then get back together and like, oh, yeah. But then you were dealing with particular issues that were going down to the heart of the matter. And it was a big issue. And you said, well, this I cannot carry. I cannot, carry on with this battle. I need to lose this one so that I can win a war ahead of me by meeting somebody else. And then the person is back again and you are considering, except you're sure that it's not something that is going to lead you back to where you came from. So you need to sit down, talk about it, resolve the issues. But if there are no issues, then you have to really talk and know where you are headed to if you are interested. Because they're asking me what you should do. When you hear people asking you, what should I do? It's because they are considering somewhere in their mind. That's honestly, forgive me, that's what I think. Because if it is an ex, for me, for people like me, you come to me and you're telling, what is that? There's nothing to consider. Seriously, when it comes to that matter of relationship, forget about it. We can do business. We can do other things of interest. Based on personal development, I can help you. You can help me in ways. Doesn't mean you can't do business. Doesn't mean you cannot be friends and say hello. But relationship, but other people are open to you. So I don't know what kind of person you are. If you're open to it, you have to thrash those issues before you delve back into the place you came out of. If not, you go right back, to that vicious circle again. So I think it's what I think, because he asked me, what do I think, right? Okay, 0700 951 0000 and 08095974869. WhatsApp is 08099930137. Drop your confession, send a voice note, send a message, call, remain anonymous if you want to. And we are also streaming live on WhatsApp, on YouTube at Nigeria Info 95.1. Drop your confessions there in case you don't want to call in, or on our Facebook page, and I'll be glad to hear from you. It's 2:24, and in some few seconds we'll be stopping by for a break. Well, the floor is yours. Let's get to hear from you if you have any confessions to make. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you call back, because we're going to have a quick stop set now, except if you'll be willing to wait. I don't want to cut you.
Right.
I don't want to cut you. So just call me right after the break.
It's all right.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's quickly go for this commercial, and then when we come back, I'm sure my last caller will call with his own confession, and you too, if you have yours, get ready and call after the commercial break. Stay with me.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this. The Impact.
Hi everyone, my name is Swat. That's the name my father gave me, but you can always call me Her Vocal Majesty. I'm the host of The Sunny Side on 95.1 Nigeria Info. It takes place every weekday, noon to 3 p.m., where we get to have all the lovely contemporary conversations. If your days are normally long and gloomy, well, not anymore, because I'm here to make it all bright and sunny for you. So join me. It's an invitation. You don't want to miss out.
Audio Jungle.
Info and Nigeria Info.
Session. But before then, I guess I have a voice note that I'll be listening to before the other callers calling with their confession.
Hey, Swat, I don't know. This is sometimes very confusing. I have this friend, we've been together for years, but we always quarrel, we always fight, and we fight over things that, we've discussed previously, but, this friend keeps doing it all over again, and keeps doing it all over again. And I confess, I do like this friend a lot, and I don't want to lose this friend, but this friend keeps making the same mistakes over and over again. So what do I do? Should I just cut this friend off finally, or should I still hang on and hope that this friend will make a difference or make a change and start to do things just the way they're supposed to do it?
Okay. So, what exactly, I don't know what type of mistake or attitude or habits it is, because the truth is we are all products of our environment, right? I don't know how old this your friend is. Could be that it's a habit that has been formed for a lifetime, or something that this person, I don't know whether it's male or female, has been doing for a very long time, and they're so comfortable in it that it's so hard right now. You said friend. I just want to assume that's a platonic friend, right? It's not an intimate friend, because some of the details they're supposed to give us, you did not give. You just said this friend, no sex, no level of relation. But let's just say you guys are just friends, and it's affecting you. It's affecting you, obviously, because from the way you're talking, So I said people grow up in different environments. People develop habits. And sometimes it spans into years, decades. And then sometimes you, for example, get into marriage, and that begins to become a problem for you. Now, one thing I've come to realize is that you don't force people to change. You don't force people to change. When you keep nagging them and pointing out to this mistake, sometimes you rather push them away and they become protective. They build walls around themselves when you keep doing that. So, manner of approach, the way you speak to them about how this thing is affecting is, I think, the best approach to them. And speak to the fact that you understand that this thing is a part of them. But then this is how it comes off to you, because you feel this way and this way about it. And suggest, because, nature does not exist in a vacuum. So if this thing is a habit, for example, what can the person, or what kind of suggestion would you bring to fill up that void? Because if the person, for example, is used to, let's say, let me just assume it's a phone problem. You guys are together and this person is always looking at their phone, always playing with their phone because they have gotten used to it, right? What alternative suggestion are you giving this friend, or are you offering to say, okay, when we're together, I don't want you to hold the phone. So this is what I want us to do. I want us to always watch movie together. And when we're going to watch movie together, let everybody keep their phone. So you see, you're suggesting, you're not fighting the person. You're rather suggesting an alternative that would grow your interest together. Or when we're doing activities, can we, keep the phone to the side for this? Or once it gets to a certain time of the day, can we keep the phone? Can we do this instead of this? Rather than fighting, people should learn to be diplomatic, because people are comfortable in their skin and are protective of themselves. So when you come fighting someone because of a habit, remember you also have yours. And they maybe might not be a problem as much as theirs is a problem, and that is understood. So rather than saying you're going to cut off a friendship because the person is doing the things you do not want, it means you're being selfish. You want a person to be exactly what you want them to be. So negotiate. We need to learn to negotiate with each other. And I think if we are able to build up that in our relationship, we'll get better results. Rather than fighting people to become what we want them to be, we would rather push them away and risk losing the friendship. And there's so much more to human relationship than all the tiny things we pick out the fault here and there, because we are all a bunch of imperfect people, seeking perfection. And consistent love, consistent understanding, consistent building up a person will make them better off. You find out that once you are able to do that, you grow the interest of a person so that they are able to divert their attention from the flaws they have into something, a better alternative for them. You have succeeded in helping them at the end of the day, and you'll be happier for it. So how about considering that? I think that's my suggestion to you, though. I hope it makes sense to you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's Fred. I want to be anonymous anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
I called before and you asked me to hold on, and I might have something bothering me.
All right.
It's a friend that always cheats on me, always cheats on me. In another way, she has seen, I don't know. They're always finding out.
Hello, I can't hear you well. You said your friend always cheats on you, or what did you say?
Yes, she always cheats on me, and she has been, I don't know, or I don't know. Okay? And like you said, you can't forcefully change somebody. And I've been diplomatic about telling her, that this I don't like, that I don't like. But she keeps on keeping on, and I don't know.
So when you say she keeps cheating on you now, is it that you've caught her with someone else in a compromise situation, or is it emotional cheating? She's chatting with other people. What exactly is she doing?
The trust is not there. I'm complete trust is not there.
Trust? You said trust is not there?
Yes.
Why is the trust not there?
And I love her. Trust is not there. And and it's bothering me. You have to stop it or to continue. But like you said, you can't forcefully change somebody. You want to be diplomatic. And I've been very diplomatical about approaching her. But this thing came to be.
So
I will go to an halt.
Okay, so let me ask you now. I asked you a question, you didn't answer me. What sort of cheating is she doing? Is she getting involved with other men, going out with them, sleeping with them,
Yes.
hanging out with them? What exactly is she doing?
Yes, she does that. She does that. Even if I'm not caught her red-handedly, she does that.
Okay, are you sure you're not being suspicious of this woman? You say you've not caught her, then how do you know?
Then, each time I met her, I have one signal for the other. One signal for the other. And I know, otherwise she can't just do this. And we've been treating ourselves, I keep on telling her, this thing is because you're meeting other people elsewhere. And ever since I met you, I've never met anybody. And she shared Bible for me, and that was the quarrel. That was the quarrel, But after then, I think it's a my job, and this will keep on keeping on. So I don't know. Really, I don't know.
So she has carried on despite the fact that you've talked with her?
Yes. Each time I approach her, it becomes a quarrel.
It turns into quarrel. Then my question to you is, why are you still staying in this relationship despite the fact that she has a penchant for not being faithful to you as you demand?
She's not. Trust is not there.
You're not answering my question. Why are you still with her?
And because I love her, and I hope for change. And this change is not coming soon. So I don't want to be like I disappoint her, or I just frustrate her.
But she's frustrating you, obviously. Because I can imagine you being in a relationship and there is no trust. How do you stay in a relationship when there is no trust? No, seriously, because trust is the basis for any relationship, bros. Trust is the basis. For you to have your peace of mind, you need to trust a person. But she keeps doing this thing repeatedly. You confront her, she fights you, she goes back into it. How do you expect any change to happen?
Terrible. I'm a very emotional person, and I don't want to. I'm a very emotional person. Seriously, I'm a very emotional person.
Okay.
Every time I leave it small, even if just within a month, I get so addicted to such a person. I find it difficult to just cut it like that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. But I think at the end of the day, your emotion, as much as they're very valid and important, you have to take a stand and determine what you want out of this life. You can't see someone hurting you wantonly and in a very she disregards your feelings, does not respect that. You've caught her severally, or you said you've talked with her, even though you said you've not caught her. So I'm trying to understand how the whole thing works. But if you're suspicious, maybe it's because you've seen some certain trends that she's carrying on. We're not comfortable. You've talked with her, she quarrels with you. It will continue like that, my brother. A lot of people say that love is blind, but it is not blind. These are the things you need to pick out that will determine what will happen in future. Or she's only giving you a dose or a medicine of what, a sign of what would become a big red flag in the future. So yes, I understand your emotion. You're emotional, you love her, but love is not enough. Okay? If you love someone, you have to learn to be true to the person. You have to learn to respect the person. You have to learn a lot of other factors make love work. It's not just about the butterflies. It's so much more and so much deeper than that. Someone who keeps hurting your emotions, despite the fact that you're trying to invest that in them, and yeah, hurting the very thing you're investing in them. I don't know why. But maybe you just need to take a back seat and let her know that if this continues, you're not going to be a part of it. You insist. There have to be boundaries, whether it's emotional cheating, she's involved with chatting with other men or spending time with them or doing the things. You have to take a stand so she knows. Because the more you quarrel and you still go back, I'm sorry, it will continue again, until you wake up and you are 70 and this whole stuff is still the same. So please take a stand. Take a stand. Right. Let's move on to more of our confessions this afternoon. Someone is saying that they are not receiving our network. He said, how's work? Is Karshi not a part of Abuja? I'm sorry for asking. Why I'm asking is because since on Friday last week, you came here to do renovation of painting work. I don't have access to listen to Nigerian Info station. In short, no radio network here. God bless Nigerian Info. But I have people who call in from Karshi and all of that now. So how come? I don't know. Wisdom, though. You need to check that. I don't know which part of Karshi you're in. But we have a lot of callers and listeners from Karshi. Good afternoon, Auntie Swat. I don't know if some people don't understand the difference between confession and advice. Today is confession and tomorrow is for advice. Please don't let us mix up the days. Oh, well, they make their confession and sometimes they indicate that they want the advice, right? Okay, so yeah, let's have more confession. If you have yours, 0700 951 0000 and 080 9597 4869. WhatsApp is 080 999 30137. You can send your voice note or you can send a message. Swatterberg, help me ask lack of trust is not a confession now. What is he still doing there? You need to have a minimum level of trust for any kind of relationship. The guy has not told us what is bothering him and his self-esteem. Jay from Garki sends that in. And this is what, good afternoon. Maybe it's the lady taking care of the guy. Kudos from Zuba. You guys and your suggestions there. Please tell the guy to make up his mind and stay away from that relationship. She knows you love her so much and she's using that against you. I've been in such situation too, says IK. And lastly, this one here says, yesterday will be the third time I'll keep distance with my girlfriend over some heated misunderstanding. She never recognized her faults and she never apologizes. I'm the one who will always make peace for us to come back again. I've decided not to call her again except she eventually calls me, which I doubt because of her excessive ego. I love her and she said same, but she never admits to mistakes or adjust to correction. How can you help me, ma? Is it your problem or is her problem? It's not helping. I cannot help you. She can help herself or she can seek for help if she wants. It's not about you. Anyway, that's your own part of the story. If you have your own issues, then maybe you need to work on them. But for her and her ego or her pride, I don't know. She needs to understand or accept, first of all, that she has that and it's an issue. And then she can reach out for help. But for helping you, nobody can help you, my brother. You can only help yourself out of that place and have your peace of mind, except if you're ready to keep putting up with that. Because one thing with people, is if, number one, you have an issue, but then you don't admit that it's an issue or it's a problem for you, nobody can help you at that level. So it's the first step to recognize that, I have pride and I need to work on this thing. It's affecting me. It's affecting my relationship. It's affecting a whole lot of things that I'm doing and I don't like it. So I need to reach out for help. But if she's not doing that right now, what can anybody do for her? Even you can't help her. So I don't know. Okay, yeah, that's just one issue there. Let's see. Let's check our social media and see if we have messages there or people have left their own confession. Okay. Okay. Right, let me read and acknowledge people on our Facebook page. Albert Akbahead said, hello, Swat. If I bring my confession, maybe the president shall resign. Should I do the confession? Well, it's up to you. And Stephen Trust Dusu said, well done work, Swat Kasa. Thank you so much, Stephen, for that. Let's look at our... okay, we don't have any message here on our YouTube page. Yep, that's it. Okay, so that's it. We still have about, we have over 15 minutes to go before the top of the hour, 3 o'clock, and we'll stop our confession. So if you have your confession right now to make, please go ahead and do so. The phone lines are open and they are yours to take. All right, 0700 951 0000 and 08095974869 08099930137 is the WhatsApp number to call. Okay, another message just dropped in here. It says, my fiance and I had a baby. We agreed that we were going to get married and I would stay home and take care of the baby when we do. Now that the wedding is approaching, he called me recently and told me that we needed to sign some papers that would protect his assets. Okay, that's a prenup, right? Okay, that will protect his premarital assets. He's asking me to sign this before we can go on with the wedding. What do you think I should do? This is bothering me a lot. Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe you should Maybe he shouldn't. I don't know. But um, this is not so common here, but people do it too. People do it in this Asian time. So yeah. So he's asking you to sign papers to protect his premarital assets, like you said, which sounds to me like a prenup, right? So that his own will remain his own, and you will not get to a stage whereby you get married and you're like, okay, I'm suing for divorce. I want this and that. Most of the time, you don't even get to see that happening because in divorce cases here, it doesn't get really as messed up as you see it in other Western climes where the men are always disadvantaged and stuff like that. So why not? If you have nothing to, are you marrying him or his property? People who hold on to those kind of things, let him hold on to his stuff. You can also make yours, right? Even though it should be a joint thing. But I don't know. Go ahead. Hello?
Okay. Hi. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
So like you said, I'm just listening to the question and how we're trying to understand it because it's not common for us around here to sign prenups. But I mean, this lady knows her fiance very well. She knows his status. She knows everything about him. Well, at least she thinks she knows everything about him. I mean, from everything she said, she never really spelled out the premise on which their relationship stood. I'm thinking that the young man is considering that this relationship is only going to this level of marriage because of the baby. And so we're not talking about a marital relationship that has grown basically based on their love and their commitment to each other. The most commitment I've heard from her, from the short, part of the story she's told us, because it's very short, we might be wrong, but from what I hear, her commitment with him was the baby. And probably that's what he is also looking at. And because it's just the baby, well, we can live together and take care of the baby, but I want to protect myself. I want to protect my assets. In case anything happens, what if this baby is no longer there? It means you have no commitment to me. That kind of thinking. Well, I think that, and this is why most times, you tell people a baby should not be the reason for a marriage. Because marriage is about two people who agree to commit, to love, to live, to do memories together, to do life together. Babies come as blessings, as additions, and they will grow. They become individuals, they will live. What keeps you together is that commitment to each other. So maybe he doesn't sense the commitment, and he thinks that the only commitment that she has towards this marriage is the baby, and that might be the premise of it. So what she needs to do, in my opinion, or begin to do, is to have that conversation with him. What is this really about? Are we more than this baby, or is that all there is to us? Because if that is not clear, then just sign the agreement. Let's take care of the baby.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Okay, let's see. We have, I think, another confession moving forward. Our time is fast spent and we'll soon be leaving. Let's see. It's a voice note, actually. So let's take this voice note. This thing is it's so very low. Let me see again. Whoever sent that voice note needs to resend it again. I don't know how you recorded that, but the voice is not coming out at all. You can hear I'm playing it, but oh no. Please re-record this voice note again and resend it so I can get to play it before I go. I have about 7 minutes to go. So if you can quickly re-record it, it's not playing. It's very, very low. I don't know how you did that, but yeah, that's the situation. I can't hear it myself. Talk more of people outside.
About 2010, 2011.
Okay.
Yeah. We're supposed to get married because I promised that marriage. Only for me to learn that she went out with someone she met on Facebook. So I'm hearing this from her friend, and her friend made me promise to keep this confidential and to just act on it and not let it out. So I acted instead. I didn't come up, I didn't tell her what I learned. I just started withdrawing myself. And I withdrew until she tried to find out why my sudden change of attitude. She didn't get any response. She tried for I think about 1 year trying to find out why I changed. Until she finally gave up and then let me go. I'm married now, not because I don't love my wife. I love my wife, but I regret leaving her like that. I had to, after getting married, after having 2 kids or so, I finally called her and told her what she did, which she no really happy with, and she even had to realize that the only person who knew that thing she did, that affair she had, was that her best friend. But the manner at which I left her, I still regret it, even though because I did wonder if my sister or my pikin somebody do like this, I for no like her. But I regret the way I left her, at least. And then hearing her own side of the story and knowing with the things she explained to me, I can't feel say had it been I confront her with that matter, I for no really leave her. But it's done. But I feel guilty about it, and I don't know.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Admission. Are you ready to embark on the voyage of a lifetime career? There is a dynamic community of learners with cutting-edge facilities and commitment to academic excellence. Koladaisi University Ibadan offers a diverse range of programs to ignite your passion and propel you towards a brighter future. For the 2025-26 admission, we offer nursing science, medical laboratory science, public health, law, computer science, cybersecurity, software engineering, accounting, mass communication, business administration, and other arts courses. To apply, please visit our website at www.koladaisi.university.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
All right, so the last gist or the last confession from what I was playing before the commercial is from a guy. Tope said I must summarize, so let me do that because the audio is not so clear. His story is a confession. Of course, he did something some years back to a lady he was dating. He promised her marriage, and somehow along the line, her friend or her best friend in quote, let me put it that way, came and met him and told him that his girlfriend, who he was planning on marrying, had gone out with someone on Facebook that she met on Facebook. You know that thing, meeting up and then deciding to meet up with the guy that she met on Facebook. So the best friend actually revealed that to him and made him to promise not to let his own girlfriend know that she's the one that told him, that she just wanted to tell him that this was his dream, his girlfriend did behind his back. So the thing really hurt him, and because he promised he was not going to tell his own girlfriend what her best friend told him, he decided to start withdrawing, and then started withdrawing. She did everything she could to like, hey, what's happening? He didn't tell her until, a period of 1 year that she took. She was trying to see how things could be patched up, he didn't tell her anything. Well, fast forwarding down the line, he's married now, and he suddenly started regretting. Why was it that he did not even confront her? He should have, but he called her and finally told her. As a married man, he admits that he loves his wife, not because of anything, but he just decided, that needed some sort of closure. So he called her and told her, and she realized it was the friend, because nobody could have known that happened. And that she explained, and listening to her, he now has some sort of regrets as to why he did not confront her as at that time, because the reason she gave him right now is even like something that maybe he could have understood. But then he's only expressing his confession and how he regrets leaving her because he wouldn't want another person to do that to his own sister. Thank you for the confession. I hope you guys got the gist. Doctor, I hope you got the gist, right? Okay. Any other confession? Can we take it before I be on my way? If you have any, send the voice note now or just call 0700 951 0000 or 080-9597-4869. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Fine. I was trying to call Mr. Chris.
Mr. Chris?
Yes.
No, wrong number. This is Nigerian info. Okay, sorry. Another drop call. Okay. So, in the absence of another confession, I guess this is my signal to leave the studio, and leave I must because it's just a minute to the top of the hour. Thank you guys for the confessions. Thank you for being a part of the show today. On the overall, the sunny side was really good, and I have you to thank for. We'll make it happen again tomorrow. God bless you guys, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Up next is Hard Facts with Sonny.
In the comfort of your home.
I'm sure she'll be here in a bit, and you guys will carry on with the conversation. My name is Swat Dunia Adalumo. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.